Hey guys, this is John Schultz. Today I'm going to go over on proper shock installation. Pretty simple here. The biggest thing you want to make sure is that your suspension is free. There's no binding anywhere in the rig. There's nothing's hitting like your shocks with your shock towers, frame, any of that. You want to check up and down. You also want to check side to side. You also want to make sure that your upper and lower pivot on your shock is free. If that's not free, that's going to affect the way your truck handles. So make sure that you're running plenty of clearance all the way around your shock, especially when you are in articulates. So most people think your shock moves one direction, and it actually works in a circle. Basically, it works up and back and forth, everywhere in between, because your suspension is going up and down and side to side. If you have any of the upper or lower mounts on your shocks too tight, what that's going to do is not going to let your shock shaft, your piston, and your shock body work like it's supposed to. When it kinks, that's when you'll start to get leak from your shaft and your O-rings, because it's fighting each other. So you want to make sure everything is super free. Make sure you have your shock spaced out like you see mine are, and it doesn't hit anywhere with the keys or the shock towers, the chassis, and just make sure it's super smooth. That's a big component right there, is to make sure that your shocks are working properly, no bindage, they're free, and it'll make your rig work so much better. As you can see, I have a little bit of sag in mine. That's how I like running my rig. This rig just got done running the 12-hour enduro here at Horseman's Park. It worked flawlessly, no problems whatsoever, as well as a couple afternoons out with the guys at Coyote Crawlers. So as you can see, the shocks are still clean, no leakage. Truck worked flawlessly, but make sure you check your suspension, guys. Some shocks come with rubber bushings. Those are fine. You just got to make sure you don't over tighten the bolts. Use some Loctite, snug them down, let the Loctite set, and it should be okay. So the best thing to do is have balls upper and lower, and snug them down with some Loctite. You won't see any issues. So hopefully, guys, I'll give you guys some help on suspension tuning, and we'll see you next time.